Happy Houshmonday. It's, what is it, June the 10th, episode 165. Happy Houshmonday, everyone. As you can see here beside me, Baba is on vacation right now. Baba is on hiatus. So I'll be holding down the fort, the Happy Houshmonday fort, for this week. And we'll see if he'll be here next week. Well, I'm not quite sure when he will be back. What it's been is, what is it? Yesterday, I dropped Baba off. What's this here? Milad says, hey, Milad, how you doing? The men, the myth, the legends, Firuz Houshmonday and Billy Guzmandi. Well, you only got Billy Guzmandi with you here. Firuz is not here. I dropped him off at his friend Victor's place yesterday morning. We woke up quite early. I always realize driving at 6 a.m., leaving at 6 a.m., then there is no traffic. We were able to get there in 2 hours. It was supposed to take us 3 hours. Somehow I was able to shave a whole hour off driving. And for good reason. I saw that there was a car accident or truck accident on the way back. We got to miss all that. We didn't have to go through that. Shaitan Rajim is here. He says, hello, Pissar. Hello, Shaitan Rajim. Our Dark Lord. Moin's here. Moin, how you doing, buddy? Hello, Billy, the king of Pedarva Pissar. Thank you so much, Moin. Moin, you are the appointed historian. I think Milad appointed you as the historian last week. Here, let me switch to my desktop so I can show you guys some more stuff that's going on. But yeah, yesterday morning, I dropped Baba off. It was a nice drive. It was a nice drive to, it's a small town after Port Hope. We stopped in Port Hope. Actually, if you looked on Instagram, you may have seen a picture of Baba with a moose. That was at the Port Hope rest stop. So we stopped there first, and then we kept going, and we found Baba's buddy's place, Victor. And let me switch to my desktop so I can desktop cam. Here you go. This is what happened on the way back. Apparently, there was this truck. It jackknifed on the highway. We were lucky we missed this. Otherwise, it says that it would have been 12 hours they had the highway closed for. So I have no clue what we would have been doing. Shubham Guy, 28 of Calgary, has been charged with impaired operation, alcohol and drugs, possession of Schedule 1 substance, opioid failure, or refusal to comply with demand and drive commercial motor vehicle. So some guy was really high and drunk driving a 18-wheeler on a major highway in Toronto and completely jackknifed it. When I was driving back, I saw the truck. It was in the air and like hanging, jackknifed. And the dummies in front of me slammed on the brakes. I slammed on the brakes, but then I started pumping the brakes thinking that I didn't have ABS, but I do have ABS. But luckily I was able to brake enough that I didn't hit the car in front of me, but also was able to move forward enough that the car behind me didn't hit me either. So that was some video game Call of Duty reflexes that saved my ass on the way back. Hold on a second here. Let me just catch up to this. Let's switch back here. Wait, actually, let me just show you this. There's a picture, selfie we took. That's Baba's friend, Victor. The food effer is his nickname Baba gave him. That was when we just got there at his place. He took that selfie. He actually sent me that selfie today. So thank you, Victor, for sharing that. Baba's with Victor, and I believe tomorrow they are going to go in Victor's camper and go camping up north. They're going to go further up north in Bracebridge, Muskoka. But yeah, let me switch back to my camera here so I can take these messages here. Milat says, Roham gave me a call today. He had nothing to say, but reminding me not to miss out on Houshmonday. Well, that's a good friend. Roham's a good friend. He didn't want you to miss out. He was very talkative last week. Roham was. He was clutch yesterday. So that's a good friend. Is Roham back from Germany or is he still there? Moyne says, is Chor Baba doing well? I think he's doing very well. Yeah, I think he's doing very well. I think he's having a nice time in nature up north and just enjoying the wilderness. Even when we were driving, it was a beautiful scenic drive. And I saw a deer was like eating grass or something on the side of the highway. I was hoping to God the deer wasn't going to run in front of the car. He's going to terrorize Port Hopeless. Yeah, he's going to terrorize Port Hopeless and all of Eastern Ontario. I don't know what that message means. Shiva says, Baba wanted to leave before his twin daughter's birthday on Friday. Yeah, exactly. I told him. I said, Baba, you're leaving right at your twin daughter's birthday. You're going to miss that. And you're going to even miss Father's Day. He was more concerned about missing Father's Day. But I said, I'm not going to get you anything anyways. Milat says, haha, Baba is so good at missing family events. Yeah, he sure is. I think he's just so good at it that he's just autopilot. It's not even intentional. He just automatically does it. Automatically misses it. But there, it's fair enough. He missed my birthday this year, so you might as well miss your birthday, Shiva. Yeah, he is back in town. I was at his place the other day. He made some incredible homemade pizza. Nice. Is Roham a good cook? Milad, who's better cook, you or Roham? And is Roham also catering to your dietary needs? Milad says, every person needs a friend like Roham in his or her life. Absolutely. Baba versus Bear, who wins? What? Baba versus Bear, who wins? Like a black bear, grizzly bear? Probably Baba. Baba will just eat all the food, and then the bear will be like, "Walk this," and walk away. Milad says, "How long will Baba be away?" I'm not too sure. First he said 2 weeks, then he said 1 week. So I'm not too sure. I don't think it'll be more than 2 weeks, but it might be as soon as 1 week. So I have no clue. He's going to message me when he needs a ride back, essentially. Roham says he is the better cook out of you two. Roham is easly the better cook, but he is awful at basketball. Well, I mean, cooking, I guess that makes up for it, right? That makes up for not being good at basketball. Impromptu is here. How you doing, Impromptu? Long time no see. Impromptu has something very important to ask. If someone farts in a forest, does the fart make a sound? That depends if someone is in the forest as well to hear that fart. But if there's no one around, don't ask, don't tell. Roam says, I miss bye Bebe already. Bebe. I miss him too. Honestly, I woke up, even as soon as I dropped him off yesterday and I drove home, the silence of Baba not being here. This house is so quiet when he's not here. I don't hear him farting. I don't hear him yelling, Mama. I don't hear him vacuuming for odd reasons at odd times. It is very quiet. There is this definite sense of absence here. Let's see. Shiva says, if Baba farts in the forest, you will hear it in Sweden. Yeah. Milad says, I bet. Milad says, Shiva, when will you join a Houshmonday session? I mean, technically, she's part of it every week, just as you are. Baba will fight the bear for the rotten soy milk. Absolutely. I wouldn't doubt that. I think that Baba will fart and the bear will just fall down and die. And then he'll end up kebabbing the bear's meat and living in the bear's skin, similar to that, what was that? Leonardo DiCaprio movie, the Reverend? See? I've got a memory. Shiva says, Milad, I will join Houshmonday if Shine invites me. You're invited anytime. You're welcome to be on the show anytime you want, any week. That's fine by me. I have no objection. Shine, invite your sister. Well, you just kind of heard that open invitation there. Yeah, I've got no qualms, especially if it's in person. Doing the getting the call-in stuff, that takes a lot of time. Bobak always wants me to set up the call-in to get him on the show. That takes me, I need a day in advance to set that stuff up because I always forget how to do it. And I use some weird technique. Roham says, Billy, what happened to the movie project you had going on? Well, that all fell through. I was working with a production team trying to pitch. First, it was supposed to be a movie. Then it was supposed to be a TV series. And we created basically a pilot and a pitch to pitch to a bigger network to get funding for it. Because that happened right during COVID, they didn't want us, because part of the pitch was to encourage travel across Canada. And most of the people interested in it were like, well, during COVID, we don't want to promote elderly people traveling. So that kind of fell through, and then it just kind of fell apart. Doesn't mean I can't make a movie by myself, which probably would be better, I think. Easier, I think. Better and easier. That's what I came to the realization too of, is that it's easier just to rely on yourself, especially in this day and age when anyone with a phone or anything can like produce something. I don't really need, or I'm probably difficult also to work with other people. So it's probably easier for me to just produce something by myself. Shiva says, I'm not as patient with Baba as Billy is. Yeah, I mean, I've lost all my patience. I think Baba escaped right at the right time where my patience has like gone. My tolerance for some of Baba's shenanigans has finally hit the red line, basically. And I think Baba knew it was time to escape. And I think it's good. What do they say? Duri o dusti, right? Duri o dusti. The heart, what do they say? Something will grow fonder. The absence. The just not being around someone for a bit, you kind of appreciate things more, right? You miss them, right? After you just need some time away from each other. And I think we both needed that. We were getting on each other's nerves, so this will be a nice refresh. Milad says, oh God, no, the call with Bobak almost gave Baba a heart attack. I think, speaking of the devil, oh, go. What amazing timing. What perfect timing. Yeah, exactly. Speak of the devil. There you go. Perfect timing. I think he's watching anyways. I need to salute. See, Bobak, I'm drinking your favorite Celsius. They got this stuff in Canada now. It's expensive. You have to get it at Costco. Milad says, yeah, if you're able to, you should join Baba on his Port Hope session. No. I'm letting him have that time, and I'm letting myself have that time. Shiva says, do you miss Baba yet? No, it's just one day so far. I want to see if Baba misses me. Let's see what I'm curious to hear what he says. But I'm sure he's having a great time. Like I said before, I think yesterday and today he was Victor took him into town, into Port Hope. to see a bunch of old friends and stuff like that. And then I believe tomorrow they're going to head up to Muskoka. They're going to head up north in True. Even though I don't know why they would go further north, like into cottage country, because where Victor was living, it was by the lake, and it was essentially, compared to here, that seemed like cottage country to me. That was more than enough nature that I saw. So I don't even know, they're going to go into more nature. Baba has a phone with, I gave him a data plan and all that stuff. So he's still connected. He might be watching this. I don't know. He's got a gig of data. I don't think he's going to burn through a gig of data in 2 weeks. Is that the same thing you feel about Baba? Huh? I don't know what that was in response to, but I don't know. Dad, where you son, Dad? I've been talking about that since the beginning, Dad. Who is going to intimidate everyone on the pickleball court at the YMCA? I'm actually worried about the YMCA. I'm surprised the YMCA hasn't called yet to say where's Baba. I think actually Baba did go to the YMCA last week and tell them that he's going to be gone for 2 weeks. And he was trying to put his membership on hold, on pause, so he didn't have to pay for 2 weeks. But they convinced him. They first told him that he has to tell them 4 weeks in advance that he's going somewhere to put it on pause. And they also kind of convinced them that, hey, you can go to a YMCA anywhere in Canada if you want to use like the shower or whatever. So it's pretty handy to keep having. And I told them, like, what's like, honestly, for the amount of money you save, like, what is it going to be, like $15? Like, who cares? It's not worth the effort to pause and just do all the rigmarole to start and stop your membership. Rostam says, Billy, please do some more short sketches with Baba. We need some more for the upcoming 10 years and to pass it on to our children. If you can convince Baba to cooperate, that was the main reason why I kind of stopped making videos with Baba, because Baba doesn't care. Like, he doesn't cooperate with some of these videos. Like, if I tell him to, like, look, we need to take this shot, do this, he doesn't really do that anymore. So it's been more and more difficult to film sketches because he wants to know exactly what the sketch is about. And then he'll just say, that's stupid. No, I don't want to do it. Before, when we made the original sketches, I would just tell him, like, I need this shot. Just do this. Just do that. Just do this. Just do that. And I was able to, like, get these shots and get it done real quick. But like I explained many times before, ever since he became self-aware of these videos being on the internet, he kind of hesitates, even though it's kind of hypocritical, the stuff that we talk about on this show. But I guess because this show, he just has to sit down and it's in the moment. And he's not like acting or just doing anything. It's easier for him. But yeah, it's always been really painful because I want to do more elaborate stories and stuff like that. But Baba just doesn't have the patience, and he doesn't want to cooperate. So maybe next Happy Houshmonday, when he's here, you can convince him to cooperate. He'll say yes in the moment, but when we go to actually film, he just like, he'll walk away. Like, he won't do what I say. Yeah, we would love more sketches. Yeah. I mean, I would love to that's all I wanted to do, is make comedy, make sketches and stuff like that. I guess I didn't expect my elderly father to get even more old and get a neurological disease that makes it harder to get him to be your talent. It was hard enough getting a non-actor to be talent. Now it's just like, it's a miracle if I can get him to do this. It's a miracle to get him to do Happy Houshmonday. Hello, everyone's now. There's Bobak. Do you even have to have him cooperate, just following him around and let him be himself? I guess that also requires patience upon me, patience and time, because that's a lot for me too. It's hard enough for me to do this show with him, to have the patience to walk around with him and film that stuff. Maybe if I could hire a cameraman or someone to do that stuff and then I could just edit it afterwards. I think I've changed quite a bit too. Where is Bimar Ravani? If you guys lived in the EU, I would visit you guys for sure to see my idol Chor Baba and the brain of P&P Billy. Well, yeah, Moyen, I mean, you're welcome here too. And if we ever do a live show, like we usually do live shows during the holidays, why not try to call in or whatever, and we can at least do a video chat. Will your sisters allow you to have their kids in your sketches? Well, the last one, their voices were in the sketches. I don't think they care. Shiva says, Milad, we can always send Baba to you for a few weeks, live entertainment. You will no doubt have your fill in about 2 days. Yeah. You guys don't know the whole, like, what it's like to be with Baba, a day in the life of that stuff. And even though I'm sure you would like me to film day in the life of that stuff, man, I would have to be completely sedated. I would have to take fentanyl or something to deal with that shit. Like I said, I don't have the patience. Maybe after I have a vacation too, I might be able to come at this with fresh eyes. Shiva, Baba would destroy me in every way. He would destroy, yeah, exactly. I didn't even have to say it. Shiva already said it. He would destroy half of Europe. He would destroy all of Europe. He'd go all the way, not like that Adolf guy. He would finish the job. I can do another, yeah, here we go. Another Houshmonday if is okay with Mamalu and everyone now. If Baba goes to Chor Baba universe in 200 years, I would love to continue Houshmonday. I think Houshmonday is never going to end. I don't think it will. I think this is like a generational thing that we started. I want to get to the 200 episode milestone. That's what I'm excited to get to. At least. Once we get to 200 episodes, we have to do like a mega show for that one. And we're at what, 160? What are we at? 165. So what would be episode 200 if anyone could do the math? It would be the saddest day in my life. No, it's not going to end. Don't worry. We live forever. Don't forget Baba Cosmos. We never die. We never die. We are always online. We're always on the internet forever. This has immortalized everyone. I cannot hear you, Sandad. Sandad. Hey, Sand. I would love it if you guys come to EU. I'll do everything to make it unforgettable for you guys. Thank you, Moyne. I mean, yeah, I mean, like 10 years ago, we wanted to go on tour. That's the thing. It's still like I would have to prepare an actual live show. And that, but I'm sure isn't every Iranian kid a promoter? Wasn't that a thing, or was that only in the 90s that Persian kids, one of the top things they wanted to do is be like some sort of promoter and promote shows and stuff like that. I remember once we were asked to, there was a promoter who wanted us to come to Dubai, wanted us to come to the UAE to do shows. And I don't know what happened to that. Yeah, I mean, like Baba would love to do that. Yes, please give us Bobak versus Baba session. Isn't Bobak going to come here in person? He said next year he's going to be able to come here in person and we can film the special Bobak meets Baba. And honestly, I don't even know how that would go. Even I would want to like have a big bag of popcorn and see what would happen during that kind of meeting. I can destroy half plant with my goose and dodol. Half plant. Like a cacti? Rostam says, the way you make Baba act is like Majidi Majudi building the character in the Song of Sparrows movie. um, yeah, I mean, it was like a puzzle basically. I would have an idea of what I would want to film, like what shots I would want to get. I would film them. Usually it wouldn't work out how I want it to work out. But then afterwards, when I would have these footage on the computer, like a puzzle, I would try to edit it together to make some sort of sense. If it didn't even make sense, just to make it funny, right? And that was fun. It was a fun challenge. I enjoyed doing that. It's just like, once again, it's hard because Baba's usually not in the mood. And because now he's like much older and he's got like Parkinson's, I feel bad trying to like force him to do stuff or like get him to do shots over again and stuff like that. It's different. So I don't know. Bobak says, don't forget, quote by Mama. Very good. Would you say that Baba is a grumpy guy? I would say we're both grumpy. We're both grumpier now. We're both elderly people. I'll be 41 in September. I'm an old man as well. And Baba is also very grumpy. I think it made it more difficult now that Baba lives here and we're both here, and especially after that, after the They Call Me Baba thing didn't work out, and then we lived together during the pandemic. I think that kind of made us both extra grumpy, kind of. Bit of resentment between us. And I'll be honest. And yeah, it's a little bit more complicated now than it was back then. Back then I would visit him in Port Hope. And when I was there, it was boring, right? He had no internet, nothing like that. So it was fun just like making some shit up. I would drive to Port Hope and I would be there for 2 days, and we would just try to make a video in those 2 days or make 2 videos in those 2 days. And that was fun. But that was like, fuck, man, how many years ago was that? We're both completely different people. Milad, Baba is moody. He hams it up for the show, but he can go into an irritable mood in a split second, especially if he's hungry or tired, much like a toddler. Yeah. And that's the stuff that you guys don't see. You always see the best of Baba, but a lot of stuff behind the scenes. And I guess now we know some of that could be, it's due to like health conditions he has. It makes him extra irritable and whatnot. So it's like, it's hard because I get pissed off too. I'm irritable as well. So like, he'll set me off and we'll just get pissed off at each other. And then we need like space from each other. We don't want to fucking see each other for a bit. I need to take a break and I'll disassociate playing video games, and he'll go on his like Facebook or some shit, watch yoga or cooking videos. Milad, haha, like the time when he freaked out over the dishes. Yeah, and that's like one of the many. That was just raw because it was like right before we went live. And like, I've never seen behavior like that. Like, it seems to be getting kind of worse, that I realize like, that's not even him. He was never that bad. Baba's IBS makes him grumpy. No, he doesn't have IBS. Oh, there you go. Shiva answers it before me. Shiva should do this job. He doesn't have IBS. He has lots of BS though. Yes. He eats rotten food. Yeah, there was actually, this was 10 years ago, I think, at least. The Center of Disease Control in Canada called us. I picked up the phone, and they told me that when they did I guess like they had a stool sample of Baba. I think he was doing a stool sample for uh I think he had to do a colonoscopy. But when they did the stool sample, they found a type of bacteria that was like pretty much deadly, and the Center of Disease and Control had to call and be like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I said, "Yeah, that Baba." Like I told them, like Baba lives a rough life, and he eats rotten food all the time, but he seems to be okay. They're like, "Yeah." Normally, someone would be deadly sick and in the hospital, but we've had cases where uh, homeless people or people with like rough lives where they just build up this kind of immunity to that kind of stuff. Baba, Baba's an insomniac, right? That's like been one of his biggest issues is he can't sleep. And because he doesn't sleep, he gets like memory loss and then he becomes very irritable. And then I think that's why then he'll like eat a lot of food to try to make himself fall asleep, but that fucks with his like blood sugar levels and all that. He had E. coli poisoning. It's quite original though that he eats rotten food and then has the audacity to complain about stomach pain. No, yeah, Baba has an iron stomach. Baba must have a crazy stomach. Yeah, it's like a gov. It's like a cow's stomach. He throws up his food and then chews it again and then swallows it. Shiva says he didn't clean the fertilizer off the community garden food he picked. Holy shit. Literally, holy cow shit. He thinks is good for him. He doesn't clean anything. And actually that's what I've been doing right now. Since he's been gone, and Baba, if you're listening to this, I did you a big favor. There's still some sort of funk smell in his room. So I opened the window and I had like a circular fan. I plugged in that Honeywell fan and just like try to air out that room while he's not here. Try to give it some fresh air. So Baba, there you go. You're welcome. You're going to come back with some nice air circulation. Hopefully I can get the smell of rotten soy milk out of the air in that room. It's not that bad. It just has this like funky smell, like a bodega or like some sort of I don't know. Mama, I smelled it. Something is rotting in his room. Yeah, I mean, like I don't want to look under his bed. I might have to, but I really don't want to look under the bed. I found like a bag of like mixed nuts and stuff on the floor beside his socks and stuff. I'm more worried about the electrical. I went in there and unplugged everything. He had like extension cords plugged into extension cords that just look really sketchy. I was like, shit. So I just unplugged all his appliances and stuff like that. I'm surprised the house hasn't burnt down already. I'm very much surprised. I know, what was it that 2 days ago, I was on the computer. Someone was streaming a movie off one of the computers, and then I was like playing a graphically intensive game. And I think Bubba used his toaster, and it hit the breaker. The whole fucking power went out in the in the basement. I was like, damn. He shouldn't be toasting food in his room. There is a separate place, like a kitchen, like a little pantry, that's where his microwave is. That's where his toaster needs to be as well. I read a toaster uses 700 to 1200 watts of electricity once you press the lever down. And that's what broke the trigger. What's Victor going to feed Baba for 2 weeks? Squirrels? Exactly. Let's see how long Victor can tolerate Baba. Especially now that they're both older. Let's see how long he can tolerate Baba. I'm like, it's the countdown until I get a text or a phone call of either Victor or Baba saying, get me the hell out of here. We'll see how that goes. How did Baba become so original? What do you mean by original? I think he was born original. I think he was born that way. Shiva, if you have any ideas of where Baba's originality came from, I'm pretty sure he got it from his mother. That's what my mom says. He's just like his mother. Yeah, Shiva confirms from his mother, from his nane. I had to recycle that. Yeah, it comes from the mother. That's why Bobak calls him Mamalu. You didn't figure that out yet? Yeah, exactly. Apparently she was exactly the same way. Fuck. That's scary, isn't it? Who's Nanikishvar? That's his grandmother? Nanikishvar? Because we always talk about Nanikishvar, and in Halloween, she possesses Baba. According to Mama, who knew her well. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, apparently Baba is just like his mom. So that's pretty crazy. And I think he also learned, he tries to be like his older brother Inayat, right? Inayat Gorbejiri Tuchayat is one of Baba's idols. So maybe his mom had a big influence. Did Baba take his meds with him for his trip? Yeah. He took his meds. We went to the pharmacy and he got like a month's supply of meds in advance. So he has all his medicine. Even when we got there in the morning, he took his medicine on time, and Victor knows about his pills and all that kind of stuff. So he should be fine. Milad says, is Baba like his brother Inayat, or are they very different? Apparently Inayat is like Baba, but like X10. He's supposed to be like he's on a different level. Baba idolizes Inayat. And the last time Baba recently talked to Inayat, he was at his younger brother's house in Iran. And Baba said he didn't understand what the hell Inayat was talking about. It was just like, he was like just saying some stuff. But like Inayat is how many? I think Inayat is 5 years older, maybe older than that. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. See, son, you could have me in your lab instead of, yeah. I told you, Bobak just wants to be on the show. That's it. Bobak, when you come here, you're going to be on a special show live with Baba. Otherwise, I save your live shows for holidays because this is special. It's very special. And if it was many times, then it wouldn't be as special anymore. Shiva says, Amu Inayat is a joker, but we think he might have some dementia now. Yeah, I think even Baba came to that conclusion. And I'm like, if Baba thinks Inayat's fucked up, has dementia, then holy shit. Because I said, Baba, maybe he didn't understand what the fuck you were saying, so he was responding to something that he thought he heard. Like, I would love to hear, we should try to record a conversation between Baba and Inayat. I think that would be epic. That would be epic. But like Baba usually talks to them like at like 3 a.m. in the morning. I don't know, in Iran time. So yeah, I think that would be a cool thing of recording them two together. The Joker gene running strong in the Houshmonday bloodline. Yeah, you could say that. You could definitely say that. That's a nice way of saying it, the Joker gene. The Joker as in DC Comics Joker. That kind of Joker. The Yeah. Yeah, we're all comedians. That's what we'll say. We're all comedians. The tangential thinking is genetic. The genital thinking. Yeah. We're all just comedians. We're all natural comedians. And we all know what comedians mean nowadays, right? So there you go. There you go. Yeah, but on my mother's side, they're all artists, like musicians, right? Could you say that? They're musicians, cooks, right? On mama's side, they're cooks and musicians, right? There's some talent there. Why Baba can't sleep? Let me get that shit up. Why Baba can't sleep? He did sleeping clinics. When you have sleeping problems, they take you into the laboratory. Oh, excuse me. And they hook all those probes on you, hook you up to machines, and then you're like, try to sleep so we can collect data. And he was never able to go to sleep so they can figure out why he can't sleep. He used sleeping pills for a certain amount of time, whereas the doctors then said, don't use sleeping pills. Those are not good for you. Like that leads to dementia and like memory loss and problems like that. I think it's like something to do with his hypertension. I don't know. Maybe Shiva knows. I don't know why he can't sleep. Maybe his mind keeps going. Even before he was on the internet and had iPad and all that stuff, he had sleeping problems. So I'm not too sure why he can't sleep. But he's always had issues. Are you going to sing and dance for us, Billy-san? Why are you talking like Bobak? Billy-san? Shiva, what the fuck are you talking? Bobak's influence has like corrupted everyone. He's now made us all into sand. Sleep disturbance is a common symptom of Parkinson's, actually. Yeah, I mean, in retrospect, when I read about all the stuff that like all the causes or all the symptoms of Parkinson's, it all kind of made sense. Like even his mood swings, I read that's like Parkinson's does that. So it's like maybe he's always had this like neurological problems and it was latent until later on in life. That's when it actually, the symptoms come to head and then you're able to diagnose it. Because it took him a while to get diagnosed. Once again, I'm pissed off at his family doctor. Didn't immediately send him to a specialist. Because when I started to notice the tremors in his hands, I immediately took him to his family doctor. And she for a year kept saying, it's nothing. It's just, what are they called? Essential tremors or something like that. Basically saying, it's from drinking alcohol or whatever. I'm like, what? And then it got worse. And it wasn't until that doctor went on vacation that there was a younger temporary doctor there who immediately gave him a referral to a specialist. And the specialist just got Baba to walk and was observing his gait, the way he was walking, his movement, and said, yeah, you got Parkinson's. That was a crazy time too. I was there with him. And the guy, he was a nice guy. He was respectful. He even realized he took us to the front with his diagnosis and dropped it there. Billy, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Will I be 51? See myself in 10 years when I'm 51? I don't know. Where do I see myself? Not retired, still working. I feel like our whole generation will be working until we were 80. So probably teaching, hopefully creating. I'd like to be creating, doing something creative, whether that be making videos, writing. I wouldn't mind getting back into writing. Doing something creative and working. I love teaching. I love lecturing. So hopefully just continuing doing what I'm doing. I enjoy doing what I'm doing already. So playing lots of video games. In 10 years, PlayStation 8, playing PlayStation 8, or enjoying my I don't even know. I don't know what video card numbers that would be in. Hey, it's Evan. Evan says, if you could be 14, 24, or 34 for a week again, which would you choose? Does it have to be in the existing timeline of my life? Or is this like a new metaverse kind of thing? Let me try to think. 24 was not bad. I think 24. Existing timeline. 24. That was right when I came. 24 was right when I came back from Japan. I missed the years I was in Japan. When I was like 22 until 23 were awesome years of my life. 24, I was probably back from Japan, and that was like when like the 2008 recession, or it would be like 2009 would be when the recession hit. So that was kind of crappy, but still I was having a good time. Early 20s was not bad. Early 20s are not that bad. 14, I don't fucking remember. I like 14, no clue. No clue. 34, not bad. I think 34 I was at Brock, was I? I don't know where I was. Never stop creating. You are made for it. Thank you, Milad. That means a lot, brother. Brother. Suddenly the fucking Macho Man Randy Savage came out. Pushing Baba around in a wheelchair. Inshallah. Well, not inshallah that he's in a wheelchair. Inshallah, we're both still alive. I think Baba's going to outlive me. That's what he always says. I don't think he'll be in a wheelchair. I think we're going to get him some like tank tread legs, like Mecha Hitler from Wolfenstein. I want to get him those like Johnny Five kind of legs. Get him to roll around like a tank. He can flatten out. We still won't have the pavement in the driveway. It'll still be gravel. So I don't know if the tank treads will work, but yeah, existing timeline. I think 24. And consider which system came out at those times that just to make you or pick the right one. I don't know. 14 was not bad because I had pretty badass computers back then, like the 3DFX Voodoo graphics cards playing Quake. So that was pretty good too. 14 or 24, I would really have to think. My brain don't work that well to be able to like conceptualize that time. What were you up to in Japan? I was teaching English. Teaching English. My other sister, she was living in Japan. She lived in Japan for over a decade. I think she was been there for how many years? 12 years? Long time. And I went there to visit her because like she was in between jobs and she had an extra apartment because like that was part of her work contract. So she like switched work contracts. So like there was still like a couple of months left on her lease, like 4 months or something like that. And when I finished college, I finished comedy school. I was like, okay, I'll go there and hang out in Japan. Like I always wanted to go to Japan. That was like an awesome opportunity to go to Japan for like, I thought I'd go there for a month or whatever. But I went there and I was like, shit, this is awesome. And I would start applying for work and I got hired, and where I got hired, they sponsored my work visa. So I ended up staying there for a couple of years. It was awesome. It's awesome. Early 20s in my life, like first like real full-time job working in Japan. This is like dream come true. And that was like in like the early 2000s too. Before like Japan was still like somewhat cool. Like now it's like because of the internet and all these like, especially now, like right now, apparently like since COVID lifted up, everyone's now going on vacation places and everyone's going to Japan because like the yen is like cheap. So everyone's flying to Japan. It's full of like tourists. American tourists, Western tourists, and they're all buying up all the retro video game bullshit and all the anime stuff. So like, I'm glad I got to go there before it got like, now it's like past cool to be in Japan. I got to go there during the Tokyo Vice era of Japan. Before iPhones existed, that's when I was in Japan. And I'm grateful for that. Billy Hoosh 360. Yeah, when I first came back from Japan, that was the first video game system I bought. Because I was like, fuck that. Like, I lived in Japan. Everything was Japanese. I'm going to buy an American video game system. So I bought the Xbox 360 because Grand Theft Auto 4 was a timed exclusive on the 360. And I had to play the Grand Theft Auto game. What are we at? We got 10 more minutes and I've done my time. That's fucking incredible. And that's all thanks to you guys for keeping me going. Did you regret coming back to Canada? You know, like sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I don't regret anything. I don't think it matters. It was great living in Japan, but you know what? Canada's great too. And at least now I'm like close to my family, for better or for worse. So I don't know. I don't really regret anything. Whatever happens, happens. But yeah, I had a damn good time in Japan. Before I left, I was working for Yamaha World Headquarters. And I was just like, I would like just set up I would have a one-on-one class with the head of HR of Worldwide Yamaha. And we're just like practicing English, like just chit-chatting about like philosophy and anything. And like one time we were just like drinking beer and talking, and I was getting paid really good for that. And it was awesome. Yeah, I had some amazing times in Japan that I thank my sister Shida for. She gave me that opportunity. And like, that's where like Safe was born too. Sean Hamad. Check out his album that came out last month. When did it come out? It came out recently, maybe like a week ago. Check out his new album on Spotify if you haven't. He was born there. He was born in Japan. I was there when he was born. So, a lot of good memories. I wouldn't mind going back there to visit. I haven't been there for 15 years. I still have like friends and stuff, like students that I taught back there. So it'd be fun checking out the old stomping grounds. But yeah, no, I don't have any regrets. I love Canada. I love it here. I love Grimsby. I love it here. Like, you learn to appreciate it more once you go and see the world. And it's not like one place is the best. It's like wherever you live that brings the best out of you, right? That's all that matters. Where you click. And yeah, no regrets, Milad. I mean, but once again, Japan was awesome. It was an awesome time. But I got to go other places too. I went to Peru. That was cool. I went to Peru for 2 weeks. Where else did I travel to? Been to a bunch of places in the States. That's been cool. Wouldn't mind. Honestly, I've been everywhere except I haven't been to many places in Canada. I've never been I haven't explored Canada much. Apparently it costs more to travel within Canada than it does outside of Canada. That's how it was in Japan too. Apparently it was more expensive to travel in Japan than it was to fly out to Thailand or Korea or something like that. So a lot of people would just go on vacation there. I don't know about now though. But yeah, I haven't really explored much in Canada. I haven't been to British Columbia that much besides the airport. Not too many places. Milad says, I am getting censored by YouTube? How so? Did you type something? I'm checking out in the background chat. It doesn't show. Sometimes it'll say filtered or something, but it doesn't say anything for you. How do you know you're getting censored? Like you're typing stuff and it's not showing up in the chat? What do you mean exactly, Milad? Let me see if I can, what happens if I click? No, nothing happens. Doesn't really give me any controls. You know what? We're almost at 2,000 hours, which is like a huge milestone. I wonder if I can show it to you guys. So I got to thank you guys. We're almost back 1,000 more hours and we can monetize again. Let's see. Yeah, I wrote a text about me punching Roham in the intimate parts and he fell down to the ground in pain. Yeah, domestic violence. That's probably why. See, Milad, YouTube just wants you to type it in more of a poetic, elevated way. The way you stated it now, this is more elegant. And if Baba was around, he would say elegant. See, that's funny. I wrote a text about me punching Roham in the intimate parts and he fell down to the ground in pain. That sounds wonderful. No, but why did you do that? Was that recent? Was it because of Roham's cooking? I thought his cooking was good. You didn't like his pizza or he didn't give you enough pizza and you got hangry. And I did it for no reason at all. And the worst part is that I did not feel bad about it. Well, at the very least, you're being honest. And that's worth something. YouTube won't censor that honesty. And you know what? It's maybe you need to get that aggression out. Maybe, I don't know. It's unfortunate that Roham had to be the victim of this. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe you need to find an outlet for that aggression and nihilistic apathy. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's this YouTube stuff. I hope we weren't a bad influence on you. Were you upset because Baba's not here and made you want to punch him in the private part? He's great at provoking me, I guess. Well, then there's a reason, right? That was not for no reason. He baited you. It was his fault. Blame the victim. That's what I say. Blame the victim. That's the best way to get away with it. Any final requests? Once again, thank you guys. I didn't know if I had it in me to carry 1 hour without my beloved Firuz. My beloved Faruji. Hey, Faruji. Baba, are you watching this? Baba, kojai. Kojai. Chikar makoni, Baba. Hasti? با ویکتور چه کار میکنی؟ ها؟ اگه میفهمی یه چیزی تکون کن. Baba is probably looking for the stream on Zoom. Yeah. Yeah, he's trying to find what's the invite link. He needs to find the meeting ID and the password. He doesn't know what he's doing. Baba چه کار میکنی؟ منو میبینی؟ بابا منو میبینی؟ الو مرکز. Yeah, man. Any last requests? I think in 3 minutes, I'm going to go drink some more water. And what is it? It's Monday. It's Happy Houshmonday, guys. I'm feeling great. It's Happy Houshmonday. Oh, did I play for you the video from Baba? I didn't play for you guys the video from Baba. Shit. Here's a special message from Baba. I totally forgot about this. Thank you for reminding me, Milad.
Friends, I know this Monday, Happy Houshmonday, I'm not here. I'm leaving to north of here. And I wanted to thank my son to give me ride over there and thank you. You continue and I miss you guys and have a good Happy Houshmonday to everyone.
There you go, guys. I totally forgot to play that video at the beginning. Shit. Thank God I played that before we ended it. There you go. There's a special message pre-recorded before Baba left. What is the best thing about Baba? Yeah, his dentures. It's his dentures. They're beautiful. Is this the first time Baba missed Houshmonday? I don't know. There was some weeks where we didn't have Happy Houshmonday, but I don't think this is I think this is the first one that I went solo. I think this is the first Happy Houshmonday that he wasn't here, but we still had the show. Yeah. It probably won't be the last. Hey man, like maybe there'll be a show where Baba can do the Happy Houshmonday and I can be on the toilet or whatever. I don't know. Somewhere else. If Baba is not here next week, you should have Shiva as a sidekick. I would be Shiva's sidekick. I would let her take the lead. And then I can be the annoying person in the background, sitting in that chair. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for staying here with me. I'm glad that you guys are not only here for Baba and that I can as well be here for you and entertain you guys. This means a lot to me. So thank you for being here for me while I don't have my beloved father next to me, breathing in the microphone. So you guys carried the show. You guys did this, and I appreciate it. So happy Houshmonday, and we'll see if Baba is here next week. He might be here next week. He might not be. Maybe we'll have a surprise. Either way, it's going to be a surprise. So make sure that you show up for next Happy Houshmonday. I will guarantee that it will be something special. Milad says, thanks for today, Billy. Love you, my guy. Love you too, Milad. Thank you very much. Take care. I have childcare responsibilities. Yeah. Shiva's still taking care of her kid, but she's still taking the time to use her phone and help carry the show. So I appreciate that, Shiva. I appreciate you. Baba's moans are greatly missed. Yeah. Yeah, I miss that sound, that sound that comes out of his ears. Or not his ears, out of his mouth. But yeah, guys, that was June the 10th. Happy Houshmonday. Wish my sisters a happy birthday. In 4 days, my twin sisters, it's their birthday, June 14th. Happy birthday, Shiva and Shida, in advance. Not a belated birthday, an advanced birthday. Tonight is Sean's prom night. Sean has his prom date. He has his corsage, and he's at the prom today, graduating high school. So congratulations, Sean. Saifullah. And then soon, it'll be Nathan and Mohammed's graduation from elementary school to high school. So a lot of changes this month. AdSensor, how you doing, buddy? We appreciate you, Billy, and Baba too. Thank you so much, AdSensor. I always love your music, man. I always check out your music on Instagram. I like your posts. But yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Yeah, check out SeanHamad.com. His CD for the summer. His EP is out. He posted that thing. And yeah, happy Houshmonday, everyone. We love you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for always being here. It just blows my blows my mind. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm tired. Happy Houshmonday, guys. Once again, come back next week. See what? I don't even know what's going to happen next week. We'll see. I'm gonna shut off these lights because I'm boiling.